board gamers, and welcome back to Not Board Gaming. I'm your host, I'm Mark. Now today we're going to be doing an unboxing video, and the game we're going to be unboxing is Horrified by Ravensburger Games. Now, and you know this game came out in the States about, obviously, Halloween time last year, but it's just been released here in the UK. And I just got myself a copy from Amazon, so I thought, before I opened it, and whilst I opened it, I'd let you guys join me on the journey to see what's inside the box of Horrified, the family-friendly game, or relatively family-friendly game, for one or more players, using, obviously, the universal monsters. So you've got people like Frankenstein and Dracula and Bride of Dracula and the Wolfman and the Invisible Man. They're all contained within. So, let's have a look at what you get inside the box of Horrified. Did you know I used to be a werewolf? It's true, but I'm alright now. Okay, so as we can see from the really iconic artwork on the front of the box, this game is about a theme, and that theme is obviously the universal monsters: Frankenstein, Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein, the Mummy, Invisible Man, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. They are all contained within. And it says here, obviously, it's for 1 to 5 players, ages 10 and up. So let's have a quick look on the back of the box and just see what you get inside. A city screams in terror. A cooperative game against the world's most famous monsters. 1 to 5 players, ages 10 up, about 60 minutes a game. It's got 7 monstrous miniatures inside it. And it's also got, obviously, you can go online, have a look at a gameplay overview as well. Gives you an indicative layout there. And then some of the contents and components you get inside the box. And if we say here, it says, the village is under attack. Dracula, the Mummy, Frankenstein's monster, his bride, and more are on the rampage, and your team of heroes must defeat them. Each monster offers an entirely unique challenge, and players can adjust the difficulty by playing against a new group of adversaries every game. Overcome them all before the horror overwhelms you. Well, that's probably enough of that kind of voice now. So, if we look to get inside the box, it's not in cellophane, but it does have these rather annoying stickers on the side. And rather than try and peel the sticker away, shame on you, Ravensburger, I shall just cut them very gently with a knife. Oh, God. See, I already marked the box by doing that. Never mind. So this retails for about £39 from Amazon, and if we can, they're on all 4 sides. I thought it was just on 2. So just bear with me. There we go. Oh man, this is so tricky. I'm doing it with the back of the knife. That seems to be the best way. If I get a little purchase, and the best way forward is then to use the back of the knife to run that through. Okay, there we go. Back in business. Let's have a look inside the box. Oh, what does this say here then? It says, we feel it would be a little unkind to present this game without just a word of friendly warning. You're about to unfold one of the strangest tales ever told. We think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So, if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now's your chance to, well, we warned you. It's a great little bit of fun. And I think, yeah, that is actually on the back of the game board. So let's just have a quick look at this game board here. Multicoloured game board. It says Horrified at the top. Let's get that on there. Yeah, Horrified. Sorry, at the bottom there. That's the wrong way around, Mark. Okay. And there we go. We got various locales on this game board. We have the river, the theatre, the inn, the precinct, the mansion, the shop, the church. The artwork is great. The colours are absolutely fantastic on this. It looks fantastic. There is a bespoke part of the board up here for solo play. So this must be some kind of timer that you've got on here. And again, I don't know what any of this does, but that is just a neat little touch, obviously, on the back of the game board. So let's have a look what else we get in the box. We have the instructions, 1 to 5 players, and there is a learn how to play, watch the video that you can obviously watch to learn how to play. I shouldn't have had to repeat myself there. Okay, and here we go. We've got the contents and what you get inside. the components here. So game board, 7 hero badges, 7 hero movers, 10 villager movers, 6 monster mats, 7 monster figures, 60 item tokens, 1 frenzy marker, an item bag, 3 dice, 1 terror marker, 5 reference cards, 30 monster cards, 20 perk cards, and then it tells you here about the various monster tokens that you've got there from the Mummy, the Creature of the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Frankenstein and the Bride, Wolfman, and the Invisible Man. Okay, so that's quite a lot. I mean, for a relatively inexpensive game, that's quite a lot of content that you get in there. Okay, so as we take a look at the rulebook itself, it all seems relatively straightforward. It tells you how to set up, how to play, various phases that you've got there, what the items do, what happens in the monster phase, what happens when you get hit by a monster, and the game end. And here we go, we've got some details on each of the monsters that we're going to be fighting against as well. So, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and the Invisible Man, the Mummy, and the Wolfman as well. There's quite a lot in there, basically. I'm pretty impressed with that. So we have some punch boards. Let's just take a little look, and I shall get the knife out one more time and just have a look at what you get in these punch boards. We just need one little bit to go, and the rest will follow. So we have in the punch boards all the various tokens, etc. It's a reasonable thickness that you can see on there. There we go. And we have various characters, building markers, the villagers themselves. There we go, some more characters there, and these are the various tokens that you get. And there we go, we have some kind of sarcophagus type lid or some hieroglyphic that goes on there. That must be for the Mummy. Yeah, interesting. I think that's a solo player marker just there. Now, let's have a look at these minis that we get here then, shall we? So, oops, who have we got? We have somebody in blue. Is that doing that? There we go. It's not quite working, is it? No, not working. The autofocus isn't working on it. So we have somebody in blue. We have the Bride of Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein. We have a purple creature from the Black Lagoon. We have Frankenstein himself, or Frankenstein, if you've watched Young Frankenstein. We have Dracula. Doesn't look much like Gary Oldman to me. A Wolfman. And a Mummy, so I can only assume that the one in blue that we saw at the first is, yes, that's the Invisible Man, I believe, there. So they're the various monsters that come with it. What else have we got? We got this nice little cloth bag for putting stuff in. We have some dice, okay. These have either an exclamation mark on there, or they have some kind of symbol on there, which is like an attack symbol or maybe a hit symbol, maybe. I don't know, it's very difficult to say with not reading the instructions. Little standy bases for the cardboard figures, and we have some cards as well. So let's have a look inside this deck of cards. It must be a partially card-driven game, so let's just have a look at what you get inside the deck of cards then. Obviously, the first one you see, I don't know if you can see that there, it's not wanting to open. First one that you can see is a player aid in terms of turn order and some details there on the monster phase. Then we have, yeah, on the back of it, the hero phase. So there must be 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes sense, it's a 1 to 5 player game. And we have some white cards with some hands on the back there. Hunter becomes prey. Choose one. Place the Wolfman in any space or move any monster 3 spaces. Play during any hero phase. Rush, move a hero up to 3 spaces. Overstock. So these are various actions that will take place during the game, obviously. And you know, what they do, how they drive forward the game, I have no idea at this stage. Okay, special delivery. Then we have some in black as well. So what do we have here? Just see if I can focus on that. Sorry. There we go, on the move. I'm just trying to not get the light from the camera on there. Move the frenzy marker next to the next monster. Move each villager 1 space towards their safe location. The hunt is on. The meeting. Move the bride 2 spaces towards Frankenstein. You can see some various icons at the bottom of each of these cards as well. Hypnotic gaze. You move the hero or villager closest to Dracula 3 spaces towards him. an Egyptian expert. The artwork it's okay. It's not the best artwork in the world on the cards, which, given the nature of the artwork on the front of the box and what looks to be in some of the pieces as well, it's slightly underwhelming, but, you know, not just for the game for the artwork, is it, I suppose? I just feel that they could have carried out a little bit more care and attention on some of this artwork on the cards. I get it, the monochrome, well, yeah, certainly monocolour, so they're kind of harkening back to the classics, the black and white classics that we all watched at 6 o'clock on BBC Two in our childhood and scared the bejesus out of us by watching them. So it's okay artwork. I think that the artwork on these cards seems to potentially fit these cards better. On the first look, looks like the artwork on these cards could have been a little bit better. Do you know what? It's not the end of the world. Then we're going to look in this bag. What do we have? So these are details on how each of the monsters work, how you set them up. So we have Dracula there with his coffin. Smash the coffin, cave, dungeon, crypt or graveyard. In a space with a coffin, use 6 and place a smash coffin on the matching spot below. So you must put these next to, these are the monster boards that you'll put next to the main board depending on which monster you choose. So it looks like the mummy has to carry out some kind of puzzle there, and I think that's what those pieces are going to be. What we got here? Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein are some dials. There we go. I should imagine that these are the dials there. I could be wrong. Creature from the Black Lagoon is no idea. Find the hidden lair. The Wolfman is discover the cure, so we're looking to cure the Wolfman. And the Invisible Man is supply evidence and then trap him. So there we go. There's the monster boards. You know what? That's okay, isn't it? Let's face it. You know, it is a relatively inexpensive game from a board game company, or from a company that, whilst it obviously makes games, etc., is not known for making kind of in-depth games and games that, you know, like Scythe or I don't know, Zia, or maybe even Street Masters, etc. This is an accessible family style game, and I'm pretty impressed with the amount that you get in there for the price. I think that's a pretty decent amount, all told. Right, there we go. Let's just put all this back together, and we can see the finished article back in the box. It all fits very nicely. There's the word of warning. That, my friends, is what you get inside the box of Horrified by Ravensburger Games. And as it says here, the stakes have been raised. So, there we go. That's Horrified by Ravensburger Games. There's a decent amount of content in there for the price that you pay for it, and for the fact that it is a family-type game that you can get non-gamers involved in. It looks really, really interesting. So, that's all for me from now. I'm going to go off and try and slay some monsters. All that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing video of Horrified. Please remember you can like and subscribe to the channel. You can also check out our other videos. And one final thought, remember that if you don't have anybody else to play with, there's nothing wrong with playing with yourselves.